Hi, I'm Merideth Ferrel. I'm a teaching artist with the Lane Arts Council. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I wanted to give a special thank you to the Rotary Club of Eugene today for funding us teaching artists so that I can be with you. Drawing animals and their habitats, lesson number 2 today, eclectic parrot flying in the sky. We'll be doing this lesson again in 4 parts. Step number 1, we'll draw our parrot. Step number 2, we'll draw its habitat. Step number 3, we'll color the parrot. And step number 4, we'll color its habitat. So before we get started, I'd like you to do a little mindful stretching exercise with me. This will help us get ready to draw, and it's especially useful because we draw all the parts of our parrot as they connect to each other. So take a deep breath in, raise your arms above your head. Oh, stretch, that feels so good. Touch the ceiling way up there and exhale. Now touch your head and touch your neck and see how your head and your neck are connected. Touch your chest, that's connected to your neck. Touch your arm, that's connected to your chest. Your lower arm, that's connected to your arm. Your hand. Then pat your other hand and your other forearm. Pat your upper arm. See how it's connected to your lower arm. Pat your chest. It's connected to your arm. Pat your neck. Connected to your chest. And pat your head. Connected to your neck. That's how we'll be drawing our eclectic parrot today. Now, one thing I like to tell you about our eclectic parrot, you might not have heard of that name before, eclectus parrot. It's so exciting because the eclectus parrot, let me get my paper ready here, lives in the Pacific Islands. We live here in the Pacific Northwest. If we were to get on a ship and go into the Pacific Ocean and down east and south, we would run into the Pacific Islands, New Guinea and the Solomon Islands, and even the top of Australia. And that's where our eclectus parrot, kind of a tongue twister, huh, lives in the rainforest there. So our step number 1 will be drawing our parrot. And the first thing that we need to think about is we need to leave room for the wings as they're flying in the sky. Oh, I don't want to forget, we have to get our materials ready before we draw. I'm so excited. I'm just a little bit ahead of myself. Pencil, paper, 8.5 by 11, copy paper or larger if you have larger drawing paper, and colored pencils, red, yellow, orange, blue, green, purple, black, and brown. So if you'll collect those materials, get those all ready. We'll get ready to draw our parrot. Okay, so I talked about leaving room over here for that wing flying in the sky. So right about in the middle of our paper, that's where we're going to put the head of our parrot. Now, I'm going to have you watch me so you can see how all the parts connect, and then it will be your turn to draw. So here's the oval head of the parrot. And here's the short neck, how it connects to the head. Here's the oval body as it connects to the neck. And next we draw the wing. I have a pipe cleaner here to show you how the wing is all one piece, but it is at an angle as the wing is flapping. So we'll draw the one part of the wing going up this way and one part of the wing bending as it flaps. Up, over. Here are the wing tips, the other side of the wing, and the other side of the wing. Up, over, the wing tips, up, and over. And the tail feathers spread out as it's flying. And the feet all curled up nice and close to its body as it flies. So your turn to draw all the parts of the parrot. The oval head, the neck, short neck, the long body, the wing going up, bending so it can flap, the wing tips, the other side of the wing and the other side of the wing. Wing as it bends to flap, the wing tips, the other side of the wing, the feathers, tail feathers as they're spread out as the parrot flies, and its feet kind of look like little crescent moons, just kind of curled up close to its body as it flies. Okay, now watch me again because I'll put on the details. I'm drawing our parrot. We will draw the beak in two parts as it connects to the head. And our parrot has turned its head, what we call in art terms, 3/4 view. So we're going to see the eyes, two eyes, but we also see part of the side of the head. Okay, now we're going to see some wing feathers. Some wing feathers here. And wing feathers here. Okay, now it's your turn to draw all those parts and details connected to our parrot. That beak, how interesting, it's round at the top and comes to a point so our parrot can crack nuts and crack nutshells. And here is the lower part of the beak as it connects to the head. Two eyes, one close to the side of the head, little circles around the eyes. The wing feathers, lots of feathers, some on the bottom here, some on the bottom here, and how The feathers on the part that's flapping show up. Okay, now we're ready for our step number 2, drawing habitat. Now, I've got a photo of Eclectus parrots in the rainforest in New Guinea and Solomon Islands, our Pacific Islands. You can see the leaves of the trees all around our wonderful parrots. But our parrot is not sitting in the tree. Our parrot is flying above the trees. So what we'll do is put the clouds in. And if you could watch me, please, I'll go ahead and put its habitat in, and then it will be your turn to draw. So here might be the clouds up in the sky. So we know that our bird is definitely flying up there above those tropical trees. So over here, we might see the leaves of the top of the trees. Our Eclectus parrots, they eat seeds and fruit and nuts that grow in the tropical rainforest. Oh, here's a nice big leaf, part of the treetops. Here's another big leaf. So here might be a branch on the treetop with fruit growing on the tree for our Eclectus, that's a tongue twister, parrots to eat. Oh, here's another branch with some more fruit. Got to keep them nice and healthy. Okay, it is definitely your turn to draw. Get those clouds up there in the sky where our parrot is flying. Get those leaves of the tropical trees. Here's some veins on the leaves, kind of a neat detail. Branches on the treetops with the fruit. So there'll be plenty of fruit for our parrots to eat. And big tropical leaves. This is the tropical rainforest. So I'm also going to have you add some raindrops into your picture. Tropical rainforest in those Pacific Islands makes everything grow so big and plentiful. Oh, here's a raindrop falling right on the tropical leaf. Okay, now we are ready for our step number 3. We are going to color the parrot. I have my colored pencils here, and I have a special technique to show you. Now, our photograph that we saw of our Eclectus parrots has the male parrot green with little red patches of black tail and yellow edging on the end of the tail. But I'm going to show you how to color the female with her bright red head and neck, her bright blue body, her blue and red wing feathers, and her orange tail feathers. So if you would watch me briefly. Thank you. So I'm going to take my red pencil and do strokes of color up the head, the way the feathers would grow up the head. And then I'm going to do strokes of red color as the feathers would grow around the eyes. See how I'm leaving the beak? I'll do the beak, that beautiful dark color we saw in the picture. And now I color down the neck as the feathers would grow down the neck. This is a wonderful way of coloring. You color the way things grow on the bird. And here's that beautiful blue body. And again, I'm starting at the top and coloring down how the feathers would grow down the body. Okay, let me just show you one of the wings and how you would color the wings. Up the wings, just like we drew the wing. Color that beautiful red up the wing, and then color the feathers as they grow down the wing. Now here's a fun detail. You can draw some blue feathers and some red feathers on the tips. Okay, it's definitely your turn to draw now. Your turn to color the parrot. As we start with the head, color those feathers as they grow up the head, around the head, around the eyes, down the neck, down the body, starting at the top, coloring the way things grow. Now I'm going to leave those feet, of course. They are the same kind of dark grayish color as the beak. Okay, so head up that wing. Remember to color how it starts as the wing grows from the body. And how the wing feathers bend as it's flying. You can do this with all the other animals that you draw because it's such a good way to color how things grow. There's one wing. Go ahead and do the second wing. Up from the body and down as it bends, flying. And have some fun with those wing feathers and the tips and all the different colors of red and blue. And we talked about the orange tail feathers. Again, start where the tail feather connects to the body. to use the black for that beak. See how I've started coloring right from the top as the beak grows from the head. The top of the beak, the bottom of the beak. Hey, looks like it's having a good time, huh? And the feet. Excellent. Now we are ready for step number 4, coloring the habitat. Now, this is a really fun way to color because we are going to use our pencils to do the texture of all the different things in our drawing. So as we color the habitat, I like to start with the clouds. Because it's raining in our tropical rainforest and clouds are kind of puffy, if you'll watch me, I'll show you those different textures and then it will be your turn to draw. So, using my black pencil ever so gently to make a gray, and look how I'm taking my pencil and going around and around and around and around in circles to show that puffy texture of those gray rain clouds. Isn't that a neat technique that you can use to show texture? And again, on my second cloud, see I'm going round and round with my pencil. So the clouds will look definitely different from the leaves and from the sky in the way that you color them, texture. Now I'm going to do this tropical rainforest leaf. Nice dark green. And I did a line right in the center of the leaf. So I'm coloring nice, rich green, starting from that center of the leaf as the leaf grows on one half, and then as the leaf grows on the second half. That gives a wonderful, realistic look to those thick, healthy green rainforest leaves. Now, I have drawn our fruit around, so I can, with big circle, go round and round and round on that fruit. And it just looks so rich and delicious. There might be some that aren't quite ripe yet. There might be some that are riper than others. You are the artist. You get to decide. So I'm coloring within that round shape, round and round and round, and look how luscious that fruit looks. Now, this is a wonderful part. Still continue to watch me because this is important. We're going to color some of the sky. I'd like you to think about the sky and how smooth the sky looks. So see how I'm using big, long strokes. Big, long strokes on the sky to show it's kind of smooth. Now, we can color right over those raindrops. The raindrops take the color of the sky. Okay, now it's your turn to color your habitat. Oh, think about coloring those puffy clouds. Remember those little tiny round circles, showing the puffy gray clouds for our tropical rainforest area. Think about those big tropical leaves with the center line. First color one half of the leaf from the center, then the other half of the leaf. There's the center of that big tropical leaf. First color one side, then the other. And the same here. There's the center of the leaf. I'm coloring one side of the leaf, and then the other side of the leaf. Gives it a real realistic look. Here's the center of the leaf. I'm really leaning on this pencil, giving it a really nice, rich value. That's a lovely art term. There's light values, medium values, and dark, rich values of the same color. So here I'm pressing on my pencil, giving it a nice, dark, rich value green. Now, you probably won't get finished right now because there's a lot to color in this tropical rainforest. So go right now to your sky and practice those great long strokes. Long strokes, that smooth sky. I'm not doing short, choppy strokes like I might do for grass or for feathers. I'm doing long strokes of sky. Kind of move your entire arm. Not just your hand, but your whole arm. You can color over those raindrops. And the last thing, remember those beautiful round, rich strokes of the pencil as we go around that round fruit. The different colors of the fruit. And thank you very much. You'll be adding to this and finishing the coloring later on. Now I'd like you to kind of shake your shoulders, take a deep breath, raise your arms, reach for that ceiling. Exhale and down with your arms. Now look at your drawing. Think of how you would like to finish it. Finish the sky, finish more fruit. Think of what you as an artist would like to add to your drawing. You might draw tropical flowers. You might draw more rain. Oh, you might even think about putting one of the green male parrots into your artwork. So keep creating and keep drawing, and thank you very much. Next Monday, please tune in for lesson number 3, green sea turtle swimming in the ocean. And it'll be the same time, 1:30, and I hope you'll join me. Thank you very much.